Thank you, and good afternoon to all of you. I just want to talk to you a couple of minutes about the evolving media rights landscape and what that means for the particular country that Belgium is, and of course for the Belgian Pro League. First of all, for those of you who don't know us, well, I would say shame on you, but secondly, we'll show you what the business is that we are in. So this is the end of our championship last season, in which we had 4 different champions on the last match days and 3 different champions in the last 10 minutes of the 2 last games. So I'll take you through it with this video.
Een hele goede avond, beste voetbalvrienden. De voetbaljaargang 2022-2023 heeft zijn grootste geheim bewaard tot de allerlaatste dag. Wie van de 3 wordt het? Wie mag straks zwaaien met de kampioenentrofee? Limburg kleurt vandaag helemaal blauw en wit. De Boshout kleurt nu al helemaal rood. Of vieren ze straks in Brussel voor het eerst sinds 1935 nog eens een landstitel?
Meegeven met Elkanous. En dit is de kans voor Tolu. En daar is de goal. Daar doet hij het nog 1-0. Voor Racing Genk na 45 minuten. En Racing Genk hijst zich nu virtueel aan kop van het klassement.
La Poussin, non. Deuxième crochet, ça passe aussi. Boniface.
Oh, bien joué. Adingra, premier encadré. Bien joué. Oh, c'est but.
L'Union passe devant. La première fois du championnat, l'Union est en tête. Partij. Hier is Kerk met de kans. En de goal. Het is gelijkmaker voor Antwerpen. Tresor klimt. En nu Heine. De goal van Heine. Het is 2-1 opnieuw voor Racing Genk.
Club Brugge heeft gescoord.
Partij maakt zich vrij. Alderweireld trapt. En scoort! Scoort! Oh la la! Wat een trap! Uitgerekend Tommy Alderweireld! Het kan toch niet mooier geschreven worden dan dat het Tommy Alderweireld is die die bal met een verwoestende kracht in de bovenhoek jaagt!
So what we do here in terms of competitive tension, in terms of suspense, I think is quite unique in Europe. And this must have been the 100th time that I saw that video, and I still get chills. So that's exactly what we do and the business that we're in. I'm of course not the one who came up with that insight. You know, I like this quote very much because it is very true. Also in Belgium, and it makes us stand apart from the rest of some of the media business that you guys are also active in. The mission that we embrace at the Pro League is to make our clubs grow and make sure that we connect a lot of different audiences, people, fans around competitions that are really suspenseful, that are close, and that's what we aim to do. The media landscape in Belgium before the current rights contract that we are in today was, I think, very much the landscape as we used to know it. We had an agreement with 3 different telcos. And then, of course, in 2020, there was the big innovation. We had a new market entrant, the Zone, and we made a global deal with them. And the Zone 11 is the one who's, of course, partnering up with the telcos, starting from the contract, starting from the rights that they agreed on with us. You don't see the streamers yet on this slide, and that, of course, might be the next thing that is coming up. The evolution that we see ourselves and that you probably see across Europe is the one that we tried to summarize on this slide, where we used to be a league, you know, who entered into an agreement with broadcasters, and then basically we were done. The broadcasters had the direct relationship with the fans. That is something that we truly are in the process of changing, and which is very important to us. We do that by trying to differentiate content, but trying to come up with different synergies, and of course making sure that we have more touch points with our fans, where we get to know them, where we capture their data. And one of the big improvements I think that we made over the last 2 years is the fact that we launched an app, that we put all our competitions on the app, that we put the Fantasy Pro League, for example, on the app, and we continue to evolve that. One of the challenges that is not very different, I think, than the challenges that different rights holders or different leagues have in different European countries is, of course, piracy. We think that between 15 and 25% of our media rights value today is being sapped by pirated content. So we have an agreement with La Liga, and the agreement stands since 2017, and we looked it up especially for you today. We have almost 300,000 reported interventions, and you can see where they were in trying to stop pirated content being distributed on different platforms. We do think that more action is needed at the European level and at the Belgian legislative level with dynamic injunctions, so we're working on that to protect our content better. The strategy that we have developed at the Pro League and that we're executing is, of course, one where we try to capture as many fans, make them loyal to us, and then monetize on the information that we have, because we provide content that that fan is looking for at that particular moment in time, making it so that different partners that we team up with can also reach different profiles of fans today. One of the things that we're building out is a data lake, so that we can combine information that we find in different areas, so that we enrich the data that we have today. The level of interest in football in Belgium is unsurpassed, and maybe unbeknownst to you, it's even been growing over the last couple of years, as you can see on the slide. And if we plot that on a map in Belgium, we get levels of interest that exceed 50% in every province that is part of Belgium. And we have some regions where there are outliers in terms of numbers of people interested in football, such as in Liège and in Brussels, for example. We do a lot of fan research. We try to get close to our fans. And this is research that we've done with Nielsen. Maybe surprisingly, almost 40% of the people who say they're interested in football are female today. 85% watch sports on television, but in the top right-hand corner of the slide, you can also see that there is a heavy digital preference that is being developed and that is growing over time. One of the things that people think differently about when they're not supported by numbers or research is that Gen Z would be less interested in sports than previous generations. That is not the case, as you can see behind me. What's even better news is that if we do the breakout of who's interested in what type of sports, we see that in each age group, and the left-hand side, the dark blue numbers are the youngest age groups, the 16 to 24-year-olds, and the light greens are the oldest age groups, the 65 to 69-year-olds. Each of those age groups gives sports and football within those sports as the sports that they're most interested in, except for the oldest age groups, which is more interested in cycling in Belgium than in football. What is different, also I think not a super new insight, is the way that the younger generation would like to consume the content that we put on the market. And you see that Generation Z is interested in highlights, in short-form content, and I think that has productional implications, of course. If you want to be on TikTok, you need to produce so that you have the right production values to actually create content on TikTok, something that we aim to do better in our next rights contract. Football and the Jupiler Pro League is still the most important driver for people to pay for a subscription when we're talking about pay television. So that's good news for us. And I think this is something that we need to heed in the future as well. That is that there's only 7% of the people that we survey that say that they're interested in women's football all by itself. But there is almost half of the people who are interested in football are interested in both competitions, in women's football and in men football competitions. So that's something that we aim to build out in the future. Of course, we partnered with IMG in terms of the new media rights cycle that's coming up, and we did separate research with them as well. In that research, we see that there's 4.7 million Belgians who are interested in football. And then, of course, we're really happy to see that our competition is the competition that trumps the Conference League, but together with the Croquis Cup, also a much higher level of interest than, for example, the Premier League in our market. But we also see that there is still an unaddressed audience, and we think that opens up a lot of interesting windows in terms of the new media rights contract. We need to innovate in the content that we bring, in the production that we put forward, and in the business models that we are entering into in a new media rights cycle. Especially the last pie that's on your screen is one that I like a lot. We see that a lot of people are interested in watching 3 or 4 games every week. And that's the loyal fan that, of course, we need to nurture. And we want to grow the fan base to end up with a number of loyal fans that's even higher than the ones that we're servicing today. So in closing off, the media rights contract that we're looking at for the next media rights cycle is part of a growth strategy that we entertain with the Pro League. Media rights, of course, is very important, but we as an organization also have a duty to service our clubs and to become a service center with collective agreements where a number of technical partners partner with us, and we create the opportunities and the scalability that clubs don't have on their own. And then, of course, the regulatory framework is really important for us. We have elections in Belgium coming up before the summer and right after the summer. So we're working on a white paper, making sure that, for example, piracy and everything that needs to be done to combat piracy is part of that. We are working on sports management, improving our pitches, making sure we have a plan for the women's competition. And of course, our marketing and digital strategy are part of the growth strategy that we are putting forward with the Pro League. My time is up, so I'm going to leave it here, but I'm here for any of the questions that you may have during the break, and we also have a panel discussion. So see you then. Thanks.